I've cruised more European ports than I could count, walked endless cobblestones, eaten embarrassing amounts of gelato, and managed to get lost in most old towns I visited. Europe has over 200 cruise ports, but only a handful give you that "this is why I cruise" feeling. After years of filming ships, cities, and way too much coffee, these are my top 10 European cruise ports, the ones that never fail. Ranking is 100% personal, completely biased, and absolutely correct. Let's go! Heraklion, Crete. Heraklion is a definition of an easy port. Walk off the ship, hop on, hop off, and boom, the whole day is sorted. It takes you straight to Knossos, the big Minoan show everyone comes for. No need to book ship tour unless you enjoy paying extra for the same bus. Simple, cheap, zero stress, my favorite kind of port day. Crete, land of olive oil, beaches, and Europe's oldest civilization, the Minoans. Here at Knossos Palace, you spot the famous red columns. No, not IKEA replacements, they stood here for 4,000 years. The Minoans had plumbing, frescoes, and courtyards, while much of Europe was still figuring out the farming. Some called them first Europeans. And here's what's unusual. Women are everywhere, leading ceremonies, dressed in bright clothes, even bull leaping. In an age when most women were invisible, the Minoans put them front and center, 4,000 years ago. The rest of the world is still catching up. Number 9, Kusadasi, Turkey. Kusadasi is the doorway to Ephesus, one of the biggest ancient showstoppers in the Med. You walk off the ship and bam, you're already in the bazaar, getting called my friend every 5 seconds. But remember, Ephesus is not walkable. It's 20-minute drive. Grab a tour, taxi or mini shuttle, and you are set. First time here, go to Ephesus, but been already, stay in the town, grab a coffee, enjoy waterfront chaos, zero stress, just decide ancient ruins or coffee and therapy with the sea views. Ephesus is one of those places where history just slaps you in the face. At its peak, 250,000 people lived here, basically the Manhattan of the Roman Empire, minus the overpriced coffee. But honestly, I don't know how they survived without any. No wonder the empire collapsed eventually. The Library of Celsus wasn't just a library, it was a marble Instagram flex. Rumor has it that there was an underground passage straight from the library to the brothel. Let's just say philosophy by day, extracurriculars by night. And of course, Temple of Artemis, one of the wonders of the ancient world. What's left of it now? Basically rubble. But hey, you can still brag that you saw wonder of the ancient world, just don't go into details. Number 9, Athens, Greece. Athens started in Piraeus, and no, you can't walk to Acropolis unless you're training for Olympics. Respect to that. Hop on, hop off stops right at the port, sometimes outside the terminal, sometimes short walk away. Always easy enough to find. Once you're there, the plan's simple. Acropolis first, everything else later. Grab Greek coffee strong enough to revive Socrates, and just enjoy the chaos. Athens is loud, messy, iconic, and completely unforgettable. Cradle of democracy, birthplace of philosophy, and home to ruins that still look better than most new builds. So what you came here to see is of course Parthenon. The temple has been standing here for 2,500 years despite wars, earthquakes, and questionable restoration projects. It's basically the Mona Lisa of ancient ruins, iconic, over-photographed, and still a must-see. Built in the 5th century BC, dedicated to Athena, goddess of wisdom, and probably the only building in the world that looked under construction for 2,000 years straight. It used to be painted in bright colors, not the stylish beige that we admire today. Number 7, Istanbul, Turkey. Istanbul looks intimidating on the map, but from Galapa Port, it's surprisingly easy. The hop on hop off is right outside, practically waving at you. Your mission is simple: Hagia Sophia, Blue Mosque, Grand Bazaar, the Holy Trinity. Everything else is optional cardio. Hop on hop off makes it stress-free DIY day. Istanbul, earlier Constantinople, essentially Washington on steroids. Constantinople wasn't just a capital. It was oversized, overbuilt, we run the world version of DC. At its peak, 500,000 people lived here, which in ancient terms is basically a Super Bowl. Top must-see here is of course Hagia Sophia. This building has had more lives than a cat. Built in the 6th century BC, it was the largest church in the world for nearly 1,000 years. This was where emperors were crowned, deals were made, and Christianity flexed its muscles. Later it became a mosque, then a museum, and now back to a mosque. Basically the ultimate identity crisis in stone. Part holy, part political, all jaw-dropping. And there is Grand Bazaar. Chaotic, glittering, overwhelming, 90% of the stuff unnecessary, 100% of it is overpriced. Rule number 1, whatever price they give you, cut it in half and then claim you saw the same thing around the corner. It's part shopping, part theater, and half the fun is haggling, even if badly. The food overall though, that's not a game. Try Turkish flatbreads, the women roll and cook right in front of you. Carbs here aren't just food, they're therapy. And here's why Istanbul is unforgettable. It's the only city in the world that spans 2 continents. At its peak, the largest city in Europe, bigger than Paris, London, or Rome. It was Constantinople over thousands of years, the capital of both Byzantine and later Ottoman empires. Its walls were considered impregnable until 1453 when Ottomans showed up with cannon the size of buses. And the city was so rich, merchants used to say, all roads lead to Constantinople. Rome just stole the line. Number 6, Marseille, France. Marseille looks walkable on the map, but trust me, don't walk it. The port is miles away, hidden in an industrial zone. Take the shuttle into town like a normal human. It takes you straight to Notre Dame de la Garde. Great views, fresh breeze, and 0 uphill regrets. Then wander the old port, let bakeries destroy your self-control. If you want more, the hop-on hop-off stop is right there by the church. Port tip, skip cruise ship breakfast. Marseille pastries are next level. Easy day, great food. Marseille, second largest city in France. Stunning history, gorgeous views, and the single best ice cream of my life. Yes, better than Italy. Fight me in the comments. Historic streets that twist and turn like they've got secrets to keep. A marina packed with sailboats and seafood restaurants. And that very French vibe. We've been here 2,600 years. We've seen empires rise and fall. And by the way, we invented croissants, kicked off a revolution, a real one, with guillotines. What have you done lately? It's confident, charming, just a bit smug. But when you have this much history and pastry, I guess you're allowed to be. And speaking of pastry, the bakeries here, absurd. Flaky, golden, buttery joy. Cream, so rich, I felt I should open an offshore account for it. We basically turned the day into a bakery crawl. Oh look, another pastry. 5 bakeries later, this is what I call cultural immersion. Learning history through cakes. Best field trip ever. And then came the ice cream. La Métropole Glacière Bio Café. Sorbet so good, honestly, if I could elope with it, I would. And pistachio gelato, pure frozen happiness. And I don't even like ice cream. Number 5, Rhodes, Greece. Rhodes is one of those ports where the universe just says, go on, take it easy, enjoy. Walk off the ship and boom, the medieval old town across the street. No shuttle, no panic, no cardio. Wander through the stone gates, get lost in maze of cafes, cats and souvenir shops. This is the rare port where the best plan is simple. Walk, explore, eat, repeat. Rhodes has been everyone's holiday home. Greeks, Romans, Byzantines, Crusader Knights, and Ottomans. Did I forget anyone? If there was an empire, they planted their flag here. The old town today is like walking into a medieval movie set. Cobble streets, stone gates, and the Palace of Great Master, built up by the Knight of St. John, who clearly never heard of minimalism. It's Europe's best preserved medieval fortress city, and it looks it. Number 4, Genoa, Italy. Genoa looks like a medieval maze, designed by someone who hated straight lines. But don't panic, the hop on hop off is waiting right at the port. So 0 navigation, maximum VIP. Hop on and head to Piazza de Ferrari, then go to Bocca d'Essa, pastel fisherman's village with cats, gelato, and suspiciously perfect views. Take one photo and instantly forgive Italy for every carb it has ever thrown you away. Walking Genoa is technically possible, but so is climbing Everest. You shouldn't necessarily do either. The bronze fountain during its flush routine. Fun fact, the basin was donated by Piaggio family in 1936. Yes, the very Piaggios that owned Vespa scooters. Every splash, scooter money meets civic pride. Around the square, Teatro Carlo Felice, Palazzo della Borsa, grand facades screaming 19th century bankers wanted you to know they had money. just as they do in the 21st. Bocca d'Essa. Pastel houses, tiny boats, paddle curve of Spiaggia di Bocca d'Essa. Bring a swimsuit, you can swim between coffee runs. Legend has it Spanish sailors sheltered here thousands of years ago. Now, laundry draped like flag of domestic life. Best focaccia of the trip, if not of my life. Still warm, right by the beach, 2 bites and I considered moving to Genoa. Number 3, Palma de Mallorca, Spain. Palma is an easy win. Again, hop on, hop off, stop right at the port. Transportation solved. The city is clean, bright, and walkable. Wander the old town, grab tapas, and get lost in the pretty streets. Palma's gorgeous. Narrow winding old town streets, every corner auditioning for a postcard. The vibe? Yes, I'm 800 years old, but I know where to get the best sangria. And the cathedral, La Sui Cathedral. You can't miss it. It dominates the skyline, started by King James I of Aragon in 1200s, redesigned by Antoni Gaudí. Yep, the guy behind Barcelona's Sagrada de Familia. It's massive, it's intricate, inside breathtaking. You stand there, look up, and think humans will go to extreme lengths for better acoustics. After the cathedral, we wandered in the old town, stone alleys, little balconies with flowers, tiny cafes, always full, charming, beautiful. Number 2, Mykonos, Greece. Mykonos is easy. You tender straight into town and boom, you're already inside the postcard. White lanes, blue doors, cats silently judging you. No buses, no plans, no problems. Towns is a maze, but don't fight it. Just wander, eat something amazing, pretend getting lost was a part of the plan. Hit the windmills for your "yes, I came to Greece" photo. It's the famous windmills posing for every Instagrammer on earth. Historically, Mykonos has been around since at least 11th century BC, and it was named after Mykonos, the grandson of Apollo, because apparently Greek mythology had a character for every rock. Later it became a major trading hub in Roman times, later ruled by Venetians and Ottomans, which explained the mashup of architecture you see today. And if you want to go full on history, head to Delos, a little island nearby, birthplace of Apollo and Artemis, once the most sacred sites in ancient Greece. Today it's basically open-air museum. Temples, mosaics, ruined mansions, all baking under the sun. And here's the kicker. Local ferries leave right from Mykonos port, take you over, drop for 2 hours and bring you back. Same ruins, same history, fraction of the price. Number 1, the one and only Santorini, Greece. Santorini looks simple on Instagram, but in real life, it's a logistics puzzle with a volcano view. Your ship tenders into Fira, not Oya. Fira is cute, but it's not the blue domes. Those are in Oya, across the island. You got 2 options. Option 1, zero stress cruise excursion. Price here? Yes. But they get you there and back on time, no thinking, no panic. Option 2, for adventurous fellows, the adventurous route. Buy a local tour right at the port, they'll ferry you around the caldera into Oya, give you 3 to 4 hours to wander, then bus you back to Fira. Most include funicular ticket down. Cheaper? Yes. Riskier? Potentially, but I've done it, it was fine. So leave at least 1 hour buffer before all aboard, because even the world's prettiest island can compete with the horror of realizing your floating hotel has just left. Santorini is a volcano that blew itself apart and then rebranded as a luxury resort. Those cliffs the town stands on are basically the rim of the giant caldera. Traditional homes are built into caves. Sustainable chic before it was cool. And those famous blue domes? Locals built them centuries ago for faith, not followers. And now they're run by Instagram. And here I had the moment. I sat in Oya, coffee in hand, watched the sunset of my life. It was one of those sunsets that shuts you up mid-sentence. The sky turns gold, the sea goes purple, and you remember why you booked the whole trip in the first place. And that was my completely biased, absolutely correct top 10 European cruise ports. Each one for different moods, some loud, some lazy, all worth a stop. Which one's your favorite? Drop it in the comments. Did I forget any? And if you want deeper port guides or hidden gems, hit subscribe. I'll bring the coffee.